Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the views so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Time for another Other Half beer, courtesy of my man Geoff. Thank you, sir, for sending this one. This is Other Half's 3rd anniversary. It says triple dry hopped Imperial India Pale Ale, 10% alcohol by volume, and I am a fan of that label art. I like how simple it is with just the threes kind of raining down. So I had to look this up. I have it up on my laptop here. Sorry for cheating, but there's so much going on in this beer. It says Imperial IPA brewed with Mosaic, Vic Secret, YET, Citra, Motueka, and Galaxy. Then it was dry hopped 3 times. Once with Citra, once with Motueka, and then Simcoe. And then they used Citra Lupulin powder and Motueka hops. Finally, even more Citra Lupulin powder and Galaxy hops. So I don't know how you're supposed to taste everything that's in this beer. I mean, it's insane. So I've talked about it before. Not a huge triple IPA fan. I do enjoy the hazy offerings that guys brew and gals brew that are in the 10% range, but they just can be too much. They can get sweet. They can get all that nonsense. Sticky, syrupy, heavy. I'm a big drinker of anywhere between 6.5% to 7.5% beer. That's my wheelhouse. I really, really enjoy that ABV. But yeah, Other Half is what, Brooklyn, New York, I think. Yes, Brooklyn, New York. This was canned on January 27th. So today is March 3rd. We are sharing beers. It is Friday. It has been a long week. The weather is fantastic. I wish I was reviewing beer outside, but my backyard is kind of ruined right now from the drought that we had in Southern California. We weren't allowed to water our yards for I don't know, almost a year. So if you guys remember, I did some reviews probably a couple years ago now. There's a bunch of cool plants and trees. All that stuff is dead now. So it makes me really, really sad. So we're in the garage and we're going to review some beers. I'm being that guy who's walking out to the garage to review beer while everyone else is inside drinking. Whatever. It is what it is. It's Friday. Let's have some beers, shall we? So, yeah, that pours. I mean, it's hazy. It's that New England style. It's that kind of pineapple juice color. I don't know, half a finger of Bright White Head, and that other half PGG. That glassware is sexy. I got to thank Mark every time I use this glass because it is that cool. But yeah, I mean, it looks the part. It looks like a New England style IPA. So I'm drinking this one a little bit colder. I always do that with my triple IPAs. I feel like when they get warm, the booze will come out in them. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I can smell. The beer is, I don't know, 3 feet away from me, and I can smell it from there. So let's shove our nose in it, see what she smells like. So I mean, there's so many hops in here. It's just, I mean, the best way to describe it is it's tropical fruity. There's nothing. It's really hoppy. Obviously, it's triple dry hopped with all these hops. What is there? 7 different hops. It smells really hoppy, but there's nothing that I can really pinpoint per se in this. I mean, there's a good amount of, just think tropical fruits. Pineapple, there's a peachiness going on in there. I mean, obviously there's that that orangey kind of sweet tangerine. So it's still cold. It doesn't smell boozy, but it smells heavy. And I know I say that a lot, but it does. It smells heavy. It smells, there's a breadiness to it, but it doesn't smell sweet. It doesn't smell malty, but there's just this kind of bready, I don't know, sourdough kind of a bread thing. There's a dankness to it, not quite to that earthy thing, but it's dank, not resinous, but grassy and not quite piney, but just kind of dank, grassy, green, kind of an herbal thing. Not to that tea kind of herbal thing, but I mean, shit, I could sit here and smell this all day trying to figure this out. It's tropical fruity, it's citrusy, it's dank, it's got a grassy thing. It's got a strong kind of a malty, bready backbone underneath all that just crazy hop that you smell. So let's go and taste it, Geoff. Cheers, bro. Thank you. That kind of dank, there's an awesome, pithy citrus rind that kind of sits on your middle of your tongue. But as this finishes, it gets this cool, almost like candy. I don't know what kind of candy that is though. It tastes, what's the best way? Like when you get hard candy, I have like an eyelash in my eye again. When you get hard candy and you'll get it, remember like old school candy and it was, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now. Like when you would get hard candy and it was like powdery. That's a fucking stupid descriptor. There's a word that I'm looking for. I'll see if I can think of it while I'm drinking this. But yeah, so I know that once this warms up, it's going to taste like a 10% beer. It's going to get boozy. It doesn't taste hot. I mean, honestly, it's a little warming just going down just a tiny bit, and you can kind of taste that on your tongue. And I think part of that is like that bitterness that's just kind of sitting on my tongue. I don't know if IB uses it. It doesn't say. It just says 10%. But I will say that as this is cold right now, it is very easy drinking for a 10% beer. But there's so much going on. I can't really, like I said, like on the nose, I can't really pinpoint what I'm tasting. It's tropical fruity for sure. You're getting the elements like pineapple. The bitterness that's sitting on my tongue is kind of making my brain think I'm tasting more citrus than I probably am. But it's very citrus peel forward. Orange peel, grapefruit peel. For being triple dry hopped, it's very hoppy on the aroma, but it's not like crazy explosively hoppy on your palate, and that's fine. There is a breadiness to it. The mouthfeel on this is actually, I mean, it's a medium full mouthfeel. It doesn't drink heavy, but it's mouth coating, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I know I just said it's not explosively hoppy. It's not like blowing your palate out of your head, but I mean, there's so many different flavors going on. Honestly, I can't say I'm picking out Mosaic or I'm picking out Vic Secret. I'm not even really familiar with Vic Secret and YET. I mean, the Citra is giving you all the citrus that you're tasting, and there's a lot of citrus peel in this. Motueka, don't know. Galaxy, you're getting like a tropical fruity kind of a thing. Like I said, peachy, kind of pineapple-y. Even like some, like maybe melon. There's a lot going on. This is a fun beer to drink. Not a beer that I would drink all the time, obviously, because it's 10%. This might even mellow out. You might be able to kind of sit on this can a little bit just because of the ABV and how hoppy it is. But it's good. I mean, it's not anything that's blowing my mind, but it's good. It's a solid beer. But again, I'm just not a big 10% and above beer person. So definitely worth checking out. I mean, I like that breweries are using like these powders and all these crazy hops. But yeah, there's like, even as I'm talking, there's like a candy kind of an element. It reminds me of a candy that I had when I was a kid, like hard candy, that when you eat it, like your hands were full of like white kind of powdery like sugar. It kind of reminds me of that. Not quite like the vitamin thing that I always talk about, but it's sweet, but surprisingly balanced for a 10% beer. Like I said, you're not laboring through it. It's not boozy. It's not syrupy and like thick. It is mouth coating, but it's not heavy. I will say, like I mentioned it before, it's a little warm going down, but yeah, I mean, I know I said I wasn't grading beers anymore, and a lot of people said please give a grade because on Untappd you grade everything. I mean, if I'm rating this, it's an A beer. I don't know, 93, 94. Again, it's just not my wheelhouse ABV wise. It's nothing that's, if you like bigger, huge Imperial IPAs, maybe this is something that you love. Really fun beer to try, really fun beer to drink, very tasty, very balanced for the ABV, but it's just not something that it's not something I'd be drinking every day. Again, you can't drink 10% beers every day, and if you do, then it's time to look in the mirror and figure out what's going on. Like, what's making you do that? I don't know. So, yeah, that's Other Half's 3rd anniversary. Killer beer. Good stuff. Geoff, thanks for sending that one, bro. If you guys have had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. We have a lot of beers to drink, so I will be reviewing a lot of beers tonight. A lot of hoppy beers to drink, so if you guys don't like hoppy reviews, I apologize in advance. The next couple, 4, 5, 6 reviews will all be hoppy beers. So, yeah, I'm out of here. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the views so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.